Welcome to another episode of #Paranormal. Tonight, we turn our attention to the Bluegrass State, a place known for its rolling hills, Appalachian culture, and rich traditions. But Kentucky is also a place of strange sightings and unexplained events. Tonight, we dive into true stories of extraterrestrial encounters from across the state of Kentucky. Our journey begins in 1955. In the small rural community of Kelly, near Hopkinsville, the Sutton family was spending a summer evening at their farmhouse. One of their guests, Billy Ray Taylor, stepped outside to fetch water from the well. That is when he claimed to see something unusual in the sky, a bright, silvery object silently streaking overhead before dropping into the nearby woods. At first, no one believed him. But soon, things took a strange and terrifying turn. Shortly after the sighting, the family began to encounter strange humanoid figures around the house. These beings were small, no taller than 3 or 4 feet, with large glowing eyes, long limbs, and what appeared to be metallic or reflective skin. They seemed to float just above the ground and made no sound. The family described them as goblin-like creatures. In fear, they retrieved rifles and began firing at the beings. The shots reportedly had no effect. The beings continued to approach the house, tapping on windows and climbing onto the roof. At one point, one of them was seen peering through a screen door. Another was said to have been knocked over by a gunshot, only to stand back up and retreat without injury. Eventually, the Suttons fled to the Hopkinsville police station, terrified and desperate. Officers returned to the farmhouse and found clear signs of gunfire and damage, but no sign of the creatures. The story was so detailed and the witnesses so consistent that the case was officially recorded by Project Blue Book, United States Air Force's investigation into unidentified flying objects. Despite no physical evidence of the beings themselves, the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter remains one of the most credible and widely studied UFO cases in American history. It happened in the quiet countryside of western Kentucky and continues to puzzle researchers to this day. More than 2 decades later, in January of 1976, another strange event occurred in the town of Stanford, Kentucky. 3 women, Louise Smith, Mona Stafford, and Elaine Thomas, were driving home late at night after a birthday dinner. As they drove along Highway 78, they noticed a strange light in the sky following their car. The light grew larger and closer, revealing itself as a large, metallic, saucer-shaped craft with glowing red lights. Suddenly, their car accelerated on its own. Despite the driver taking her foot off the pedal, the vehicle sped up to over 85 miles per hour. The women were frightened and disoriented. Then everything went black. When they regained awareness, they were several miles down the road. The drive had taken far longer than expected, and they could not explain the missing time. Over the next several days, all 3 women began experiencing strange symptoms: burns on their skin, eye irritation, and disturbing dreams involving unfamiliar beings. They sought help and agreed to undergo hypnosis. During their sessions, they each recalled being taken aboard a craft, examined by non-human entities, and subjected to various procedures. They described the beings as having large black eyes and grayish skin. One of the women recalled hearing a voice in her mind telling her that she would not be harmed. Their story was investigated by several researchers, including the Mutual UFO Network. The women passed polygraph tests. The case received national attention, and even today, there is no clear explanation for what happened that night in central Kentucky. In 2002, an even more mysterious and potentially dangerous incident was reported near the town of Paintsville, Kentucky. According to reports from anonymous sources, Norfolk Southern freight train was traveling through the Appalachian region in the early hours of the morning. Around 3 o'clock, the train crew saw several glowing objects hovering above the tracks. They described them as disc-shaped and silent. Suddenly, the train collided with one of the objects. The impact was intense, causing damage to the lead locomotive and disrupting onboard systems. The train managed to continue for several miles before coming to a stop. According to a statement later shared by one of the crew members, they were soon met by what appeared to be a coordinated cleanup crewmen in unmarked uniforms, who quickly took control of the area. No official report of the collision was ever filed. The damaged train was reportedly removed from service without explanation. While the railroad company has not confirmed the incident, leaked photographs and internal memos continue to circulate among enthusiasts and investigators. If true, the Paintsville train, encounter would be one of the only documented collisions between human technology and an unidentified flying object. It adds yet another strange entry to Kentucky's long history of unexplained phenomena. Throughout the years, sightings of strange beings and unidentified lights in the sky have continued all across Kentucky. In Carter County, residents have reported clusters of activity, including crop circles, strange animal behavior, and small humanoid figures seen in wooded areas. One man recalled waking in the middle of the night to see two short, gray-skinned beings standing at the foot of his bed. They did not speak. They simply stared at him. When he blinked, they were gone. Said it felt like time had stopped. Moved to another state shortly afterward and has refused to speak about the incident again. In the forests of eastern Kentucky, hunters have shared stories of small, silent figures they call the Watchers. These beings are said to observe from a distance and vanish without a trace. Several witnesses claim to have lost track of time, become disoriented, or had their equipment fail when these figures were near. Many of these encounters describe the same details seen in earlier cases: large eyes, small stature, a lack of sound or communication, and sudden disappearances. The similarities between modern reports and those from decades ago suggest a long-running pattern. Some researchers believe Kentucky's geography plays a role in this activity. The state is home to Mammoth Cave, the largest cave system in the world. Wow. With over 400 miles of known passages and potentially thousands more uncharted, some theorists suggest that these underground spaces may serve as hiding places or even bases for non-human entities. Others believe Kentucky lies along energy lines or magnetic anomalies that make it more prone to interdimensional activity or contact events. Skeptics argue that these stories are fueled by folklore, fear, and misidentification. But for those who have witnessed the strange, the fear is real, the memories are vivid, and the unanswered questions remain. From the 1955 farmhouse siege to the missing time on a quiet highway, from the collision in the mountains to the silent watchers in the woods, Kentucky holds more than just moonshine and music. It holds mysteries that challenge our understanding of reality. Maybe there is nothing there. Or maybe Kentucky is one of the places where the veil between worlds is just a little thinner. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the unexplained. This has been #Paranormal. Till next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep watching the skies.